Hey, so I just wanted to make a quick video to kind of let you know where we're at as a church, and I really want your input on these things. You've been a part of this from the beginning, or close to the beginning, or you've just been really faithful. Um, and so we really want your input. The leadership has been meeting, and a lot of times what happens is we come up with all this stuff that we want to see happen in our church, and then we bring it to God and we say, hey, God, will you please bless this? So this time we did it a little differently. Saturday night, we prayed for 45 minutes to an hour with our leadership, and that's it. Said no discussion. We're just going to ask God what he wants us to do and what he is already doing and how he wants us to join in, for him to just empty us out of this and fill it with him. And so we did that. And then on Sunday, we did it again before church for half an hour, 45 minutes. We just prayed. And then Monday night, we did it again. And then we met after our prayer time on Monday night and just answered, what is God saying? And we are coming out of the hardest, for me personally, I know this is the hardest year of ministry ever because of the amount of complex decisions and just weird stuff that happened with COVID and all that. And that's across the board at churches. It was just a hard year. And so also across the board, we know that I think everybody at church is probably feeling this, just like, okay, we feel disconnected, but it's time to go. It's time to get back up. It's time to figure this thing out. We launched the church. We've served the city. We've embedded our name in the city. And so now we're at this point where it's like, now what? And so we really are in this visioneering mode. And so here's what came out of our what is God saying kind of thing. That it's time to regroup, refocus. That's one category. That we want to seek unity in the church. That we want to be more of a church of prayer first. Another category is ministry and outreach. And then there's some miscellaneous stuff. There's really a sense of desire to refocus, recenter ourselves, regroup, get back to City Point basics. A lot of things that we launched with. Revisit the vision frame, regular evaluations and accountability, but that are prayer-led rather than desire-led, prayer-led, see what God is saying. We need time to move forward past, or not past COVID because it exists, but with the sensitivity to it, post shutdowns, I would say. We're talking about new rhythms. We want to push the vision, keep it more visible, reinvigorate key values, which we're going to do in our values series coming up. Reinstitute our city circle, which is our membership class, and then add a Bible focus to our vision frame in some way. Unity in the church. We all feel like everybody's kind of tired, and we acknowledge the last year has been crazy, but we want to all be put it this way. We want to develop a Mary rather than a Martha kind of mindset. We want to be together. We want to fellowship together, sit at Jesus' feet together. We want to create a rhythm of rest, even though we need to serve and we need to be doing things to be the church within that rhythm of rest. We want to seek unity in the body and across ministries. We want to be able to do it with joyful hearts, not obligated hearts. We want to celebrate regularly. We're looking for consistency, and then more stories and testimonies regularly, even with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Prayer, we want to develop a culture of prayer. Pray first, prayer-led evaluations. A culture of prayer, I already said that. For ministry, we want to specialize more. We want to work harder. We did 5Q, but now we want to work hard to try to get more people involved using their specific gifts. We want to fellowship more. I think we started with very much of an external focus. Now we need to reconnect with ourselves within the church, and then out of that flows a desire to serve our city. And so we want both, externally and internal. Creative ways to communicate, reinvigorate, occupy your street, personal evangelism, encourage that. old, new, historical, habit building, creeds and liturgies, whatever that may look like, but habit building things is what we're talking about. Refocus on our fifth Sunday services, our fifth Sunday service projects, and ask the question, how many people are we going to interact with? For instance, like not beautifying parks anymore. If it's just our group, even though that's a good fellowship activity, we're not interacting with people from the city. We want to serve people in the city. Get back to multiplication. Who is each person discipling? We want to market better, be purposeful with our programs. And then one of the big questions that came up is just, what is our relationship with Urban Heights? I think everybody feels that tension from them towards us. I know that Shalom even feels that tension. I think that I feel like there's just something under the surface. Maybe it's a threatened feeling, or I don't know what it is. I want to be sensitive to that. I also want to say, God, what are you saying through this? And then do we still want to seek after the community center is a question. Should we remain portable? Should we even be bold enough to ask to buy this building? There's a lot of questions on the table. I think that, me personally, I think that we figure out all this other stuff, we re-envision, reinvigorate, and then we say, God, what do you want as far as our location and the stuff like that? So having heard this, I want to put it out there for you to give your input. How are you feeling? What have you heard God saying? What desires has he put in you for our church? You've been with us. You've seen where we've come from, where we are now. So we love you guys and want to hear from you.